Well, welcome to Machine God Eats, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Darling. I'm 43 years old, and I feel that in my middle age, it is my responsibility to try to do my best to talk young people down off the ledge. And what do I mean by that? I can see that as you get older, you start to understand that in your youth, you're very easily influenced, okay? You're influenced by your peers, you're influenced by your parents, you're influenced by your teachers, you're influenced by the media, you're influenced by the internet. And when you're younger, you feel that you're forming all of these independent thoughts on your own. You really do. You feel like everything that's popping into your head is right. That's why people say that young people think they know everything, but they feel like they just have the right idea about something, not realizing that a lot of your belief system in general is planted in you, not just by your parents or your teachers or your mentors, but by the powers that be who act through the media, through adverts, through social media, through these discussions we have about X, Y, and Z. And sometimes, occasionally, I see the narrative that's being pushed on the youth that is so destructive that it's going to lead the youth off a cliff. So I feel that it is my responsibility to try to do my best to keep the youth from going off that cliff. Right now in our media, you have people like Don Lemon, okay, reporting, storming into churches, okay, to shame people about what's going on with immigration law, to protest, so to speak, right? You have people like Don Lemon and as such who are marching for immigration, for immigrants who are here illegally, okay? Which, okay, if that's your belief, that's your belief. But I feel that just because you feel strongly about that, that doesn't mean that it gives you the right to try to put your belief on somebody else, okay? So let's say, for instance, those people in the church, they were just in there worshiping when Don Lemon and his group of activists came storming in talking about the immigration situation. That's not their bag. But these people were there to use that as a photo op, to be in this church, to shame this Christian community. If y'all are Christians, why are you guys not fighting for these people to stay in this country, was the message that they were trying to put out, which is why they started to protest at that church. Plus, they believed that one of the parishioners of the church was an ICE agent, so it gave them the right to storm into the church during a congregation and use their picket signs to say these illegal immigrants need to stay here, and as Christians, y'all need to back this up. The problem with that type of attitude is that, no, you don't have a right to storm into people's shit to push your beliefs on them. Just like I don't have the right to storm into a white person's house who don't believe in reparations and push my idea that Black Americans need reparations on them. I don't have a right to do that. That's crazy. Now, we can have a back and forth. I can protest wherever I want to about said reparation, but it don't necessarily mean it's going to do anything or it's going to move the needle. And it doesn't mean that anybody has to care that I care about reparations. Are y'all following me? So when it comes to this immigration situation, you have a lot of people out here trying to shame their contemporaries, mostly young people trying to shame other young people for not getting out into the streets and fighting federal agents. Crazy work, right? And they're being backed by the narrative that the mainstream media and some of these governors are pushing around this country, because what they're trying to do is sow division so deep within the United States that we fracture and we become two different countries, right? The people who will stand by the rule of law, and the people who want to dismantle the system and make it fall into anarchy in order to protect people who don't even belong here. That's where we're at right now. You're looking at an almost cultural Marxist revolution of people who are saying, women who are saying they're going to divorce their husbands because they don't believe that people who are undocumented shouldn't be deported from the United States of America, which, mind you, has been happening forever. Obama deported over 2 million people, I think over 3 million people during his term using ICE. That Holzman guy that everybody's trying to shame, the white guy that's the head of ICE, the guy, one of the main guys, he got an award from Obama when he was the head of ICE during the Obama administration. But now he's turned supervillain because the media has convinced the youth that ICE and everything that's going on only sprung up when Trump came into office. And that is not the fucking truth. So as an old head, I am here to tell you that this is America. You understand? You have to come over here and have legal paperwork. ICE has always been deporting people. Now that they have a bigger budget to get people out of this country that's been committing fraud, that's been put here to pad demographics, to replace the demographics that are here, make no mistake about it. Why do you think some of these Democratic politicians are fighting so hard to keep people who don't belong here? I just learned that in most states in this country, you don't need an ID to vote. You can use recommendations, you can use an affidavit, all kind of shit. So when you start padding the census, because the census don't just count citizens, it counts bodies, people. And you start padding the census with this population so you can gain electoral college votes, right? And you start putting in people who are not from here into these big positions of power, like that Ilhan Omar lady that's more concerned with the foreign community that she's from coming up than America coming up. You understand? Then you start to have a problem. You start to degrade and erode the fabric of America from within. And the biggest problem with everything that's going on right now that pisses me the fuck off is everybody's trying to convince black people that we need to go out there and crash out for this shit. And there's a reason for that. I'm about to show you a woman right now who's trying to shame us, right? For not going out there and putting our bodies on. I'm going to show y'all a few people. But watch this woman.
Multiple different fucking videos today. All of y'all who are saying this is not our fight, I'm trying to understand where we're coming from, because I understand that black people be on the forefront of a lot of different movements, and that our movements have paved the way for other groups, marginalized groups, to get rights in America.
They have. Now, let me cut her off right now. The reason that immigrants are even able to come over here and get a leg up and have the rights that they have is because of the civil rights that black Americans fought for. And a lot of those same immigrants then came up here, turned their noses up at us, spit on us, called us lazy, all kinds of fucking names, saying that we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, not knowing that the very system, the very foundation of America was made to keep boots off our feet, as Dr. Martin Luther King said himself, right? How do you tell bootless men to pull themselves up by their bootstrap when you always confiscating the goddamn boots? That's what America's been doing to black people forever. But yet they'll try to replace us with these other demographics and these simple ass black people, because I don't know where her people from, but I'm assuming that she's a black American. These simple ass black people don't know that these people are they're trying to use these unfortunate people to come over here and replace your demographics. That's why you niggas don't get shit. That's why voting Democrat for the last fucking 60, 70 years haven't gotten you niggas a goddamn thing. Because they give it to every fucking body else. You saw how quick they came up with the Asian hate bill, right? Fuck you niggas, even though we are the largest demographic as far as racial discrimination in this goddamn country. Always has been, always will fucking be. But they don't come up with an anti-black hate bill. They'll come up with an anti-Asian hate bill to spit in your goddamn face. But yet, women like this will tell you that we got to go out there and march for the ones that have come over here without documentation. Listen to her.
I'm understanding where the logic is going, but I'm telling you the logic is flawed. Anytime anything has ever happened in America, we have always been the scapegoats. We have always been the last leg of the line. They are going to find a way to make this about black people. They're going to find a way to make this touch black people.
They already are.
They already have. Like, maybe y'all were.
They already are. Every ethnic group on here is talking about why black people need to get out here and get in the streets and protest and all. They already making it about us. This is not about us. Foundational Black Americans, we don't have to fight. We don't have to come up with paperwork. I ain't about to show no goddamn ICE agent a motherfucker thing. Take me in if you want to. I'll do the due process. Trust me. I'm not about to hold court in the street. But trust me, I'm going to get my money on out of y'all motherfuckers for violating my fucking Fourth Amendment. Y'all going to give me mine. Period. But I'm not going to hold court in the street with no fucking federal agent like a lot of these people are suggesting that y'all do. You go out there and you point a weapon at a goddamn federal agent, they going to blow your goddamn ass away. And these people want y'all to crash out because they're not willing to go out there and put their bodies out on the line. But they'll get on here and try to shame you for not fucking going out there and protesting and crashing out.
But in Nazi Germany, did y'all forget that the Gestapo also targeted, sterilized, murdered, and put in concentration camps black Germans? Like, this idea that this will not affect us and that it's not our fucking fight. Are you cool? Like, what the fuck are you? And mind you, we're not saying that right now that black people are the most affected group. What we're saying is that a loss of rights for one is a domino effect. Like, stop bullshit.
Y'all talking about people that don't have paperwork. You have rights. You understand? If I go to somebody else's country without paperwork, I don't have rights in that country. You're fighting for the right. And I'm not even saying you're fighting. You're on the internet because this is what you see. You see how privileged she is? You see how cute she is? She's a beautiful woman. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. Cute work girl, but pampered. Look at her. She's good. She's not out there being pepper sprayed. She's not out there putting her body on the line against the federal government, but she telling niggas, y'all need to go out there and put your bodies on the line in order to fight for the rights of people who wouldn't fucking spit on you to put a fucking fire out.
On my timeline. And fucking, we doing multiple different fucking videos today. All of y'all who are saying this is not our fight.
That was the end of her video, but it's all types of people like this dude, like this nigga. Look what he said. I don't know if y'all can read the caption. Because he's a migrant. I understand. You're the descendant of immigrants that came here. I get that. And for anybody that's watching this video, I understand that. But y'all gotta understand our position too. And y'all that have grown up in these immigrant families, y'all know how y'all families have talked down on black Americans y'all whole fucking life. Y'all know this. And don't get on here and act disingenuous about it. We've known it. So why do y'all act surprised like we don't want to go out there and put our bodies on the line about that? Like we don't want to fucking get up here and rally against this goddamn government for y'all to sit up here and continue to siphon off a system that continues to neglect us. But they put y'all in houses. They put y'all in cars. Not to mention the neighborhoods that they put y'all in. They don't put y'all into these wealthy fucking white liberal women's fucking neighborhoods who, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't put y'all out there in the goddamn suburbs like that. They put y'all in niggas' hoods. They put y'all in the hood, in the schools that are already underperforming and already don't have enough resources, which most of the time, those are in the black areas. That's where they put y'all. And then they give y'all priority over the people that live there. Look at fucking Chicago. I grew up in LA. Look at goddamn LA. You tell me where we're supposed to get out here and put our bodies on the line for that shit. Right? Don't. Especially when you have people sitting on the internet telling you to go fight federal agents, to go to federal agents' house, to dox federal agents, it's niggas literally saying to go. I saw a comment earlier because we got ICE out here in Nevada, and I'll tell y'all about a little bit about that in a minute. We got ICE out here heavily in Las Vegas. I saw a post today. Under the post, the man was like, we got open carry out here. Yep, and we do. And we also got concealed carry out here too, talking about you know what to do. What do you mean? So you mean pull up on some federal agents and do what? Get blown the goddamn way? You really about... These are the type of crash out scenarios that these people are putting on the youth. And I have to get on here and I have to speak against that. Especially for young black people. Young black people, they're going to continue to want to use you as the crash dummy in order to drive their revolution. This is not the revolution that we need to fight for. The revolution that we need to fight for is for the piece of the pie that belongs to us that they've been given to the migrants. The pieces of neighborhoods and the pieces of car and the pieces of property that all of them coming over here with, the little pieces of job that we lack, all of the extra effort that they putting on here to make them try to assimilate, and where some of them don't even want to assimilate, they need to put that into our shit. That's what we need to be focused. That's our fight as foundational black Americans, as black Americans that are a part of that been here for 400 fucking years, despite whatever the fuck that had helped build this bitch. That's what we need to be fighting for. They out there fighting about something. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna wrap this video up because they out here tripping, and I don't want to have to do too many edits. I really don't. I just want to get on here and have a discussion and tell you young people not to get out here and throw your life away on some dumb shit. Not to get out here and it's because you think you're politically conscious to ruin your life for some people that don't give a fuck about you. I can tell you Somalis don't give a fuck about you. Half of these immigrants that come over here from Latin America don't give a fuck about you niggas at all. We've been second-class citizens all around the world. So if we have some stake to this fucking piece of the American pie, we're gonna stake our, we're gonna put our feet in the sand, we're gonna dig our feet in the sand, and we're gonna stake our goddamn claim right here. And anybody else that's trying to come over and take that piece of a pie and try to get us to be out there to be the crash dummies for their plight, they can suck a dick. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. Because I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Because why else would it be so important for them to try to get black people to go out there to crash out? Why all of a sudden you have a second Black Panther party that's out here with fucking M16s talking about niggas need to come out here with guns to fight ICE? What kind of sense does that make? That's crazy. They're trying to get black people in this situation because the moment black people get put in this situation, you know what they're gonna do? Oh, it's martial law. Now we have to start selling the military into all these. That's what they want, and we're not gonna give that to them. We're not. If y'all want to crash out, y'all can go right ahead and do it. We're going to sit right here with our popcorn and watch y'all do it. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, bye-bye.